Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Many player changes have been made during each season, and this will not change, because it will depend on how each team is in the league table. If a team has no chance in the playoffs, they will make trades to download salaries and improve the squad, and some dissatisfied players will ask for a trade and the Warriors can bring in a big star and have the dynasty back. Warriors are one of the candidates to sign Giannis Antetokounmpo, if he becomes available for trade. Milwaukee's Giannis Antetokounmpo also gets mentioned as a potential trade candidate, of course, but that frankly sounds more like wishful thinking from teams hoping, as teams have in the past, that the Bucks unravel to the point that the two-time MVP eventually decides to force his way out. Nothing is certain at this point, but the smoke is billowing and tension is certainly mounting with this Bucks squad. If Giannis does reach the point of no return in Milwaukee, here are a few contenders with the assets and motivation to acquire the 8-time All-NBA forward. Best trade assets: Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, Draymond Green, Moses Moody, Tracy Jackson-Davis, DeAnthony Melton. The Golden State Warriors certainly can't outbid OKC or Houston in a vacuum, but again, Giannis is sure to command some level of control over his next destination if he demands a trade. Players of his caliber don't leave their fate up to the wind. If the Bucks MVP decides he wants out, he is going to steer himself to a specific landing spot as best he can. Odds are that would be the Warriors. The Dubs have enough draft picks and young talent to at least mount a respectable offer, especially if Draymond Green becomes involved in negotiations. Perhaps he's rerouted to a third team for extra draft capital or young talent. The Bucks can build around the likes of Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski, while Golden State goes all out to win a championship with Steph and Giannis on the same team. That is one of those dream pairings we all think about in hypothetical terms. Steph's three-point volume and constant motion intertwined with Giannis' immense downhill pressure and passing chops in the front court. That duo would prove extremely difficult to contain, even if trading for Antetokounmpo inevitably dries up the supporting cast in Golden State. In addition to the allure of playing next to Curry, Giannis may be drawn to Golden State for business purposes. It's Silicon Valley, the heart of a tech industry that seems to grow by the second. A lot of the NBA's true stars are entrepreneurs on the side, and Giannis is no different. San Francisco is a cool town, a big market, and the Warriors brand is well established after their recent dynastic run. Golden State has to be the odds-on favorite if Giannis does demand a trade in the semi-near future. Pod suffers broken nose in Warriors preseason win versus Pistons. Golden State Warriors guard Brandon Podziemski was diagnosed Monday with a broken nose after taking a Tracy Jackson-Davis elbow to the face on Sunday night. Second-year Warriors guard Brandon Podziemski will be fitted for a mask after he sustained a broken nose in Golden State's preseason win over the Detroit Pistons on Sunday night at Chase Center. Coach Steve Kerr told reporters that Podziemski won't play in the Warriors' preseason game against the Los Angeles Lakers on Tuesday at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Per Warriors coach Steve Kerr, Brandon Podziemski has a broken nose. Being fitted for a mask. Will not play Tuesday versus Lakers in Vegas. Andrew Wiggins, Stephen Curry and Draymond Green all expected to play. Monty Poole, at Monty Poole NBCS, October 14, 2024. The injury occurred early in the third quarter, with Podziemski catching an elbow from teammate Tracy Jackson-Davis. Brandon Podziemski sustained a broken nose last night, per Steve Kerr. Pods took a Tracy Jackson-Davis elbow to the face in the third quarter and left the game a few moments later. Podziemski was shaken up but was able to get back on defense. At the first whistle, he asked to be subbed out of the game and later returned to the bench but never got back in the game. The 21-year-old started the game and finished with 12 points on 4 of 7 shooting from the field in 20 minutes. He dished out 4 assists and grabbed 2 rebounds while also turning the ball over 5 times.